You look in the mirror, and the face looking back feels ordinary. Human eyes, human skin, human thoughts. A modern person in a modern world. You step outside, past strangers, hear different accents, see different faces, and still everyone around you belongs to one species. Homo sapiens, us. Because this is the only human world we have ever known. It feels natural. It feels like there has only ever been one kind of human. But that is not true. For most of our ancient story, we were not alone. There were other humans on this planet. Not animals, not monsters. Humans. Different kinds of humans with different bodies, different faces, different strengths, and perhaps different ways of understanding the world. So when we ask, are we really the only human species left? The answer is yes. And that question follows us into every quiet modern room we enter. But the deeper truth is more haunting. We are the only ones left now. When scientists say human species, they do not only mean people alive today. They mean members of the human family, especially the genus Homo. Homo sapiens is our species, but prehistory had other branches: Neanderthals, Denisovans, Homo erectus, Homo floresiensis, and perhaps others still waiting in the ground. The ancient world was not empty before us. It was already inhabited. Imagine Earth 50,000 years ago. No cities, no hospitals, no clocks, no written laws, no phones glowing in the dark, no maps drawing borders across the land. There is only weather, hunger, fire, memory, and the group. Smoke rises from a small camp. Children sleep near the warmth. Someone sharpens a stone tool. Someone else listens beyond the firelight, trying to separate wind from an animal moving through grass. And somewhere beyond that camp, maybe over the next ridge, another kind of human is doing the same thing. For a long time, people imagined evolution as a straight line, as if primitive creatures slowly became smarter until modern humans arrived at the top. But evolution is not a ladder. It is a branching tree, and most branches are gone. One great branch was Homo erectus. This species appeared long before us, spread far beyond Africa, made tools, may have used fire in some places, and survived longer than farming, writing, cities, or any empire we know. They were one of evolution's great survivors. And yet, eventually, they disappeared. Then there were the Neanderthals. They lived across Europe and Western Asia, in cold valleys, forests, caves, and open plains. Their bodies were strong and compact, shaped by harsh Ice Age worlds. Their faces were different from ours, with heavy brow ridges, broad noses, and powerful bones. Neanderthals made carefully shaped tools. They controlled fire. They hunted large animals. They lived in groups. Some evidence suggests they used pigments and may have had symbolic behavior. And here is the detail that changes everything. Some Neanderthal skeletons show serious injuries that healed. A healed injury in prehistory is not just a medical fact. It is a human story. It means someone survived after being hurt long enough for the body to repair itself. That does not make Neanderthals identical to us, but it makes them deeply human. If you enjoy videos like this, remember to subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. Picture a Neanderthal child near the fire while snow falls outside. Adults shape stone and prepare animal hide. The child watches, learns, imitates, and remembers. That child is not a monster. That child is human. But then, one discovery changed everything. For decades, scientists studied ancient humans through bones and tools. A skull could reveal the shape of a face. A femur could reveal strength. A stone blade could reveal skill. But DNA could reveal something more personal. Ancient DNA is genetic material recovered from old bones, teeth, and sometimes cave sediments. Time breaks it into tiny pieces. But under the right conditions, scientists can still read parts of it, like damaged pages from a book nearly lost to fire. When researchers read Neanderthal DNA, the story of humanity changed. Many people alive today with ancestry outside Africa carry a small amount of Neanderthal DNA, often around 1 to 2%. That sounds tiny, but emotionally, it is enormous. It means our ancestors met Neanderthals. They did not only see them across a valley. At times, they had children with them. The boundary between us and them was not a wall. It was a meeting place. Somewhere in the deep past, two human worlds touched. Maybe near a river. Maybe after fear. Maybe after conflict. Maybe after curiosity. Maybe after trust. We do not know their names. We do not know their voices. But we know their descendants are still here. Not as a separate people, not as a hidden tribe, but as fragments of DNA carried quietly in modern bodies. A person today may carry a genetic echo from someone who sat beside an Ice Age fire, someone who was not Homo sapiens, but was human enough to become part of our family story. And then came the Denisovans. Then scientists studied a tiny bone fragment from Denisova cave in Siberia. It was not modern human. It was not not Neanderthal. It was another ancient human group. The Denisovans returned to history through DNA. A whole kind of human, almost invisible in the fossil record, was revealed because a small bone still carried a genetic whisper. And Denisovan DNA still exists today in some modern populations, especially in parts of Asia and Oceania. Some inheritance may have helped people adapt to extreme environments, including high altitude. This is where the story stops feeling like distant archaeology and becomes personal. Other human species are not only fossils behind glass, they are part of the living history of our bodies. But if there were once several human species, why are we the only one left? There is no simple answer. Climate changed. Ice sheets moved. Forests became grasslands. Animals shifted. Food sources changed. Small populations became fragile. Disease may have spread. Competition may have increased. In some places, interbreeding may have slowly absorbed other human groups into Homo sapiens. It may not have been one dramatic extinction. It may have been a long fading. Generation by generation, a world of many humans becomes a world of one. If you enjoy videos like this, remember to subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. But before that silence, there was life. Homo floresiensis, small-bodied, and adapted to an island world, reminds us that human evolution did not follow one simple design. These were not failed attempts at becoming us. They were their own answers to the problem of being alive. And for a while, their answers worked. That is what makes their disappearance so powerful. Extinction does not feel like history when you are living inside it. It feels like fewer children, fewer camps, fewer familiar voices. It feels like stories with no one left to hear them. No Neanderthal knew they were part of an ending. No Denisovan knew their world would one day be reconstructed from fragments of bone and DNA. Modern humans survived. But our survival should not make us arrogant. It should make us humble. We created art, language, cities, medicine, music, spacecraft, and digital worlds. We can read ancient DNA and recover lost relatives from darkness. But we are not the inevitable peak of everything. We are the surviving branch. Not the only branch that mattered, just the one still growing. And this should change how we see each other. Today, humans divide themselves by borders, languages, politics, appearance, wealth, and belief. We often act as if other people are almost a different species. But compared with the ancient human world, the differences between living humans are incredibly small. Every person alive today belongs to Homo sapiens. Every stranger you pass is part of the same surviving human family. All of us are what remains. We will never hear a Neanderthal voice. We will never know a Denisovan story in its own language. We will never watch Homo erectus walk across a sunrise plain. We will never fully understand how Homo floresiensis saw its island world. And yet, they are not completely gone. They remain in bones beneath cave floors, in tools shaped by human hands, in broken teeth, in ancient pigments, in fragments of DNA, and in the questions we ask when we realize the human story was bigger than we were taught. So, are we really the only human species left? Yes, but we were never alone in the way we imagined. We are surrounded by their absence. We are built from a history that included them. We carry the memory of meetings we cannot remember, with humans whose names were never written down. Tonight, when you look in the mirror, you are seeing more than a modern face. And now, we are the ones left to remember that humanity was once bigger than Homo sapiens. Before we became the only human species left, the world was full of other human eyes looking into the fire, into the dark, and up at the same stars.